Não tem. Não tem nada.
Ei, o maninho tá ali embaixo querendo falou assim, ó. Quer comprar um carro? Quer vender celular? Quer vender?
Não.
O cara de 200 no bolso pra comprar um.
Não tem. Notice the positioning. Not my first rodeo. Very relevant though. Very relevant for you to see. By the way, there was, and I should have been documenting that again. So this is another caveat, not just for this, but also for the drug crimes. Pretend to be. Oh yeah, but by the way, criminal going straight forward is relevant. There was a female with a baby ahead of it. Now, pay attention to that. Pay attention to two things. For this very same video, mind you, what I was talking before about the crimes chaining up on crimes. Since last night, they have been doing this absolute shit show of different, literally everything that they can do. In short sequence, one after the other. Even some that are mildly working, they'll just stop and change for other ones. Some of the gross, disgusting namesake crimes, like the laxatives and other things in the air, to sedatives. By the way, yeah, from one to the other. Like, first I'm feeling very sedated, and then they want to say to you that it's normal for me to all of a sudden need to go to shit instantaneously, then the sedation disappears. And all the time this, right now just saw a dude just parked literally by a turning point in a federal highway with a lot of policing, so you're just straight up being ticketed right there. As for all of the much more serious offenses, to be Christ, yeah. Like the free exhaustion drugs on me, which is the reason I'm here. I was otherwise in the back. They were throwing all the types of drugs, everything described in this shit. Every single video. Then after the incident you see yesterday, you see this guy trying to get too close to me right here. Right? And you notice me flipping the phone and changing the phone's position, while she allowing me to see a face and see what he was trying to do and see how he's trying to close the distance. Using the pole. Again, as I said, not my first roll down as far as those things go. And you see everything. And everything's backed up. But literally, as I was literally just saying, it goes about for all the things and all the times, the time on apology criminals. As for the rest that you got to see, my face and the crimes of everybody else. Because again, it wasn't that criminal parking the car over there in a illegal place. In full continuation, because they're doing one crime after the other. Every time they stop and start to work. Because right now, I was just moving the files to the right place to be uploaded properly, right? Every single time, it doesn't stand a couple seconds. And this is not a joke. This is an objective fact. The fact that you have space to showcase that in screen recording now. As I'm doing this, some extra thing happens. All showered with drugs all the time. Right now they come from the back, all from the back. And the guy might not have gone to the back, which is lovely for me to make fun of, because I no doubt is involved with the other criminals in society having full continuation. Because once you establish what they're doing, that's what they are doing. That is not just this, which means that he's walking through the sun this entire stretch for no reason at all. You still know there's the same criminals from the ones in the back and everybody else. And that was nice to make fun of, because as I said, it wasn't that criminal who was throwing drugs from the gas station and from the back, depending on the wind direction, because there were drugs thrown from both sides. It wasn't just that one criminal there. Through the mentioned the vehicles, there's one that threw the same for the sedatives or the laxatives or the things yesterday. So as I say, most importantly, they really believe that by chaining those things one after the other, and you see me documenting them one after the other, with the underlying audio, with everything else, that you wouldn't be able to connect to those very sectors are functioning as in chaining together, which, no power to them. Okay? I'm just pointing out, this was unexpected. It was documented. It's going to do on YouTube. It's going to be the rest of the files also on YouTube. and it's one of the ones that can go public immediately, which is pretty good. It means that anyone can watch this, right? Particularly with tags and everything else. And again, it's YouTube, not Google Drive, even YouTube. The place where even if you delete a video, instead of the link disappearing, it just says video deleted. So YouTube keeps track of that. You can bet on that one. Which means that for the guys who decide that it's super fun to actually use Google's money or income, right? What's the name of that? The way that they use to actually make money through ads and people's data. As cool because they found it to be hilarious to occasionally recommend me weird videos of things that I verbally mentioned without actually searching into anything that would actually cause such change, and then showcase those cool recommendations on YouTube that they like to do, and they're super funny, right? Yeah, that thing means that they somehow hacked into Google Ads or Google Pay. Essentially the way that Google makes money, right? And that is very public. And it doesn't matter if that's something that is trivial or not. You watching this at home, right? You turn on the television and you see this crime. Would you buy an Apple or a Google or any of the other rivals based on what you're seeing the use of that data? Right? Because it's your data if you're buying the phone. And if you see this guy just having that data being fucked around with very publicly, I mean, so again, I don't have doubt. Google has nothing to do with this crime. This is obviously goes without saying. And they're going to help you. And that's the point. You just need to ask. At that stage, and you send a clear statement saying, hey, look, this happened, but they offered every help. We caught the guys, or we helped manage to identify in this. So it's not like that can happen. It's like it didn't happen. But even though it did happen, that's no longer possible. And this is a minor thing. It takes a couple minutes for you to sit down television or a couple lines in the text. And you're going to get liaison with actual expertise in the very platform that they're using. Someone that not only makes the platform so you know all the details and everything else, but going to give you access to all those things, right? I am me, and I'm just publishing that, and I'm just talking about how those things are being published. I am in the videos mentioning this. Like this one, they will be on their thing, so it's not like they cannot cross-check and see that you will represent. So then, as I said, I've never trust any Brazilian or local thing. It had to be one of the big ones, which is why I rely on the big ones, by the way. So I don't believe that the smaller press outlet, press, even associations like that. I don't know if Associated Press is an association, or if it is just a private company, like interesting name. But for what it's worth, I do have a problem with them. But I'm saying for the other more unique ones, or more smaller ones, or websites, it has to be one of the major ones because there's possible break of communication in case they try something as my life or something more drastic. So if it is a major outlet from one of the major countries, essentially someone with much more to lose by being involved in this crime than by not. I mean, this is just every major outlet because, again, there's nothing they can offer those guys that they would take more than just publishing it because the news is much better and the bad repercussion is much worse. They cannot afford them in a very pleasant way, very pleasurable to say by me. It's literally they cannot afford them, even if they were to be corrupt, which I'm not saying that they are corrupt. I'm just saying that at this point they didn't got to survive this many days by assuming that everybody's the nicest they can be. I thought that before, but at this point we take a more pragmatic approach, or if you will, the famous trust but verify, which, to be fair, is the same thing I expect them to do to me. I don't expect them to take my word for it, anything. That's why providing with evidence. Don't see this as a sign of distrust. Quite to the contrary, I think that is a sign of respect for what it's worth. I'm not expecting them to be treating me, and I don't expect myself to be treating any way that I would be treating them, or vice versa. So, again, honest people understand that very well, because honest people often get scammed and taken advantage of, so they get it. So, as a matter of fact, you find someone preaching for the opposite, is most likely that's not an honest person. And if I was being excessive, maybe, but this is not excessive. So, funny thing to be in that video. So you get to see all of that in the same video. That's pretty good. Anyway.